Hello, viewers, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We continue to take a look on what's happening in the nation Zimbabwe without fear, without favor. G40 is celebrating the abandonment of the 2030 agenda by President Emmerson Mnangagwa. Dr. Walter Mzembi, a former minister of tourism and also a former minister of foreign affairs, he said that it's frightening that this guy had succeeded in marshalling mob psychology and euphoria in the party to pass an illegal resolution to extend his term to 2030, pretending he is representing his innermost desires and ambition. He is a dangerous court jester, only stopped by the president's own. Let us go to this part, the last part, to the president's own calculated and sober no to 2030. Thus far, himself has scored 1-0 against anarchy, but why allow it in the first place? This is big question. Negging all right-thinking Zimbabweans, furthering an illegality is not democracy or a freedom of speech. It's probably mudocracy, chaos. So they've congratulated Emmerson Mnangagwa for dumping the 2030 agenda. But there are certain issues which might need the legal personas to come, sit down, and talk. Because ZANU-PF people claim that whatever which was going to happen was legal, because they were talking about two things. Two amendments of the Constitution as outlined by Patrick Chinamasa. Patrick Chinamasa, when he addressed these issues, he clearly said the 2030 agenda is possible legally, but on two conditions: that they amend two provisions of the Constitution. So, number one, amend the term limits to go beyond, or they will start by amending the Constitution to allow a sitting president who have amended the Constitution to benefit from that amendment. That is something which they can start with. If that is passed through a referendum, they then go to the second part, which is to amend the Constitution to allow the president to serve more terms. Which means if that happens in such a way, legally, they win. But the major problem is, are they going to do it without causing anarchy, without causing problems? Are they not going to frog march and force people to vote yes during that referendum? Those are critical questions. So you can actually see that these are concerns raised by G40, very valid, but this is the same question which is being asked by Bashona Murakashi. He says, is amending the Constitution illegal? Where is it written in the ZANU-PF Constitution or our national Constitution that the Constitution should not be amended? So it depends on how the Constitution has been amended. It depends on what is amended first. So what we need to note at this point in time is that factional battles within ZANU-PF are because the military itself has failed to stabilize things after interference. The moment the military stepped in to interfere with the ZANU-PF internal politics after the firing of Emmerson Mnangagwa, it became chaotic. The moment the military stepped in through General Chiwenga, it then caused confusion, because ZANU-PF was self-correcting. What G40 had done, it was self-correcting, but the military stepped in, and because of their own interests, they reversed everything. So we have a problem. We have a very, very, very big problem that they've personalized the ZANU-PF. So Ruyedzo says, I suspect it's a bait. Why did he allow debate on the issue in the first place? Kingdom loading and amendments will not have anything to do with presidential term limits. So, you know, this issue is very difficult in terms of all angles, because information at hand, Ruyedzo is simply reaffirming something which is circulating in the whisper corridors. The issue of Munu Mutapa the powers which they've started to seek for Mutapa, it's not going to end there. It's going to be much, much, much bigger. You will see them making some amendments dzekuti munoshamisika munhu achitaura kuti ndaakuburuka paupresident ndaakuita mambo. But ndichita mambo kudaro is introducing a monarch in Zimbabwe. That is the reason why they've allowed celebrations for Mutapa and they've disallowed celebrations for King Mzilika's celebrations in Bulawayo. Is because if they are to introduce a monarch, Mutapa would then be on the other side right here. And on the other side, the Ndebele people and other people from that side, they'll be talking about the Mzilikas as their king. So it will be chaotic. That is the reason why they want to have a single king. But Mutapa's territory was not stretching into the Matabeleland territories. It had its own limits, which poses another problem and another threat. That is the reason why you see them coming with different narratives to actually defend their positions. So whatever which is happening, these people, they are determined to stay in power far beyond 2030. And they are going to do it if we are not careful, they will do it. So it's up to how the power brokers are going to act. But as far as I'm concerned, this is a delayed match. This is a delayed match. Yes, they have won, but I don't think that these people are afraid of what happened in 2017 because they are ready for anything. To protect what they looted is far much better than to risk war. You can try to prevent war, but at the end you lose both power and what you have looted. This is what their argument. So at all costs, these people, they want power. At all costs, they want to get into power. So wait to see what is going to happen. But a very, very dangerous situation right there within ZANU-PF. And we are going to wait and see how everything is going to escalate from now going forward. So if you look at the security apparatus, Mnangagwa, it's now quite different. Masoja achafambi ari pamhene zvavaimboita nguva yayana Mugabe yofamba vari mutrack. Ike zvine zvimasoja apresident vari kufamba vari mumavan and Mercedes Benz vans, and it's a change of strategy. But very interesting moments. The major question is, why invest in so big a security apparatus if you are not scared? So if you look at the motorcade itself, it's much designed to even travel long journeys by road, which means the man himself is ready to travel even by road to avoid aerospace problems and challenges when traveling within Zimbabwe. Remember, we don't have functional airports, which makes it very difficult for him to charter a jet from Harare to Masvingo, from Harare to Bedbridge, from Harare to Mutare. He cannot easily connect those journeys. So very interesting moments. We'll continue to watch and see what is happening in the nation of Zimbabwe. Meanwhile, let us meet in other episodes as well as other broadcasts.